Hey, how's it going, everybody? I am Artorigold with LFG, and today we'll be doing a VOD review for Zaku 2 Ranged, a very fast, mobile, and high damage dealing flanking character, one that's pretty similar to Tracer if you've ever played Overwatch. And we're going to go ahead and cover all of his abilities really quickly. He has 30 damage in his clip. It's a lot of damage, but you have to get up pretty close in order to make sure the damage fall off doesn't kick in, because it does kick in rather quickly or rather short distance before it starts kicking in. So you got to make sure to get up close to your enemies to make sure the damage is going off. And because of the very slow reload speed, I would say that's his biggest weakness. The reload is one of the worst things for you to deal with. There is a way to animation cancel it. Simply right here, you can kind of actually see. So what I want you to pay attention to, you have your 30 bullets in your clip, and here you can see this little yellow ring, and that's the animation cancel. Is basically you using your grenade ability to cancel this last little bit that you can see it's not completely full. The reload animation continues. Let's rewind it so you can see exactly. So let's see if we can get an exact moment. See right there. The ammo is completely filled up. It is at 30, but look at how much space or time is left on this circle, right? You have a little bit that you can cancel with this reload by simply throwing a grenade. This is very helpful. Try to get into the habit of doing this. Of course, if your eyes are too focused on this, then maybe you might not be able to catch it. It's one of those things you're going to have to just practice, maybe in a practice lobby, and eventually it'll just kind of become like muscle memory. This is a very good tech. Try to cancel your reload animation. It's not, always necessary. Like in this position right here that I'm in, there was no point for me to do it, but it is something that can come really in handy for you guys. Next up, let's talk about what I am doing at the choke point here. So normally in games like Overwatch, or even in games just like this, you have these giant choke points where people just love to sit here or here and they just shoot back and forth. There's enemies, there's just people shooting at each other for like ever, right? And they're just building their ult charge. There's not really any reason to do this. This is one of those things where maybe there are characters who are good at it, but the whole point of the defense side is that you're wasting the offense's time. That's all you're doing. You're trying to get this number to 0. That's how you win. And so by sitting here and just shooting at the choke point, you're essentially giving the defense team exactly what they want. So unless you're playing a character like Mahiru or something like that, where maybe you can get value out of it, or maybe you're playing a firebomb character where you can throw firebombs at chokes, there's not really a whole lot of reason to sit here and do that. So you're just going to do what every character has access to. Everybody has dashes. Just use your dashes to dash through the choke. Obviously, right there, I'm going to have a little bit of an exchange with Sazvi. We can talk about that, but right there, see, I dash and I go right past him, which is exactly what you all want to do. One thing I do want to talk about before we move on is Sazvi, who is your natural predator. So something to pay attention to in this moment. I have 800 health, right? Sazvi has a huge health pool. You can't kill him with your clip. You just can't, unless you're hitting like every headshot and the Sazvi is, for some reason, doesn't have a shield. You're going to take so much effort to try and do that to him to get him down. And meanwhile, he does one shot to me and I go from 700 to 200, right? There is no reason to do a 1v1 man fight against a Sazvi. It's not worth it. You want to poke him and you want to get out. You want to poke him, you want to get out. Don't commit to a Sazvi. He has way too much health, way too much shield. Unless the guy is at a really big disadvantage or you're attacking him from the back where his shield isn't going to work, it's not really worth it. Not worth the risk. Anyways, move on from that. So here we can see I get people chasing. Now, I do die right here, but there's actually a really good play here. Actually, there's two different things I want to talk about here. First off, we have this. Actually, let's talk about the ult first. So one of the things here that you'll notice is I have 19 bullets in my clip. And then I use my ultimate. Now look at my ammo. It's at 30. You have your ammo completely refilled when you use your ultimate. That's a huge thing for you as Zaku, and allows you to pump your bullets, use your ult, and pump some more. If I used those last 15 bullets or whatever I had, I probably would have been way better off in this situation. However, there's also one other thing here I do. Because the ultimate stuns him, it allows you to put the perfect grenade. So the grenade up close damage like this, that's full damage, 300 damage. Now, there is actually a little bit of an AoE that it does, and so you'll have 300, but then it goes down to like 150 or 100 or something like that. It gets like halved, maybe even more, depending on how far away the AoE is on that grenade, which is a big deal. But because they're stunned from your ult, you get a perfect 300 damage confirmed nuke on him. Now, one of the things I could have done, I could have played this differently. Obviously, what I could have done, instead of going for the confirm here, I could have used my grenade to back out, go around a corner, and then maybe he wouldn't have rezzed him. And that's not a terrible idea. That's not terrible. I probably should have done that. However, by sticking around and confirming, you can see another thing that I wanted to talk about earlier. This lets us arm the Mega Charge at A. My whole team, look, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 people. And we already have a pick on the Marasai, and we can tell there's actually 3 people up here. So the entire team's pretty much at B, and there's only like one random, I don't know where the other guy is, and he's probably not even able to do anything about this bomb plant. Now, getting the bomb planted is one of the hardest things to do. The first thing, it's just so difficult, because not only do you have to push past the choke, you have to then clear out the enemies and then plant the bomb. So this actually created space for my team to be able to do it. Oh, that's where that random guy was. I think he was right back there, the OG Gundam. So yeah, one of the good things about Zaku, he is able to create space through distractions. Unlike tanks who create space by just being there, being existing, right? So here we're going to go ahead and dash past people, and I am going to do my best to try to play around weird and unexpected angles. This way I can try to attack them from new angles every single time that they're not looking at, because that is, it's just going to be what you do. You just distract them. Here, something I mentioned before with Sazabi, you'll see it again. I am respecting the power of a Sazabi right here. You'll see it. Sazabi, even though he's low health, he has a full shield. One thing to note also, I'm like half health, right? But he threw his axe. You guys saw that, right? He threw his axe. Bam. So instead of waiting for the guy to fly up here because he can't fly to the axe, I just dash away. There's no reason for me to fight him. There's 8 seconds left on this bomb. Why do I 1v1 a character that has an advantage when I'm at half health? There's no reason to do that. If there is a Sazabi, just be aware that he has every advantage against you, and you just don't really need to pick that fight. There's not a reason for you to. If there's 8 seconds left on the bomb, get out of there. Go back to the point. Try to get people off the bomb if they're going to try to contest it, which is exactly what I do. So here we get the bomb. Not much. We just get a couple of cleanup kills. There's not much we can talk about there because we're just going to move on to the waypoint next. I basically have the same thing with the GM here. I guess I could talk about that. GM is just the same as Sazabi, right? He has a shield. Just about any character with a shield you want to be pretty cautious of. There's no reason for you to shoot at a shield. He also has a shield bash. You don't want to get close to him. Use your smoke grenade, get the health pack, get out. Okay, let's move to this next choke point. This is a big thing on this map. And you can already see I do the exact same thing that I talked about before, where you just dash past it. This choke point, this corner, is absolutely brutal. Even though we have a pick, they are still pretty grouped up around this area. There is no reason to sit here and shoot at the choke point. It's just a waste of time. So instead, use your dashes, dash up here. And because of the way this map is, there's nobody up here. So what you can do is you dash, and then as you wait for your meter, right here where nobody can see you, and then outside the window up over here, you then get your, after you have your 3 dashes, you just dash again. You want to play around these dashes. Dashes are a resource, and you want to really be conscious of them. Throwing a grenade right there because they're all grouped up. Here's something to talk about. So Marasai, very, very tricky guy. He can basically one-shot and kill you. But while I'm reloading here, you can tell I don't have my grenade, so I can't animation cancel. But you can tell while I'm reloading, I'm not standing still. I'm dashing. Because one shot from this guy, one hook from this guy is all he needs, right? So here he turns around. So what do? I'm reloading. He's turning around. My advantage is now pretty much gone. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to dash, and then I'm going to go and use my clip. That's something you should do around any character that has like OG Gundam, Marsai, people that don't have many ammo in their clip. They have to land those very precise shots, dash around them at any opportunity. And here you can see a great thing that you can do if someone is trying to res, pretty obvious. Throw a grenade on them. Look at that. One kill gets turned into two. Also, reverse information. Don't try to res those. If you're on the receiving end, maybe look where that guy literally just fell from the heavens, fell out of that window. There's probably going to be enemies there, right, Unicorn? Don't go for that res. So here we're going to see I'm just going to dash past the choke. I'll believe my team to capture the waypoint. I don't need to do it myself. I want to push this advantage. Here, I'm going for the health pack. This is something you should always do. Always deny health packs. You have more dashes than this guy. You should get to this health pack. This is what both of us are thinking of. Right here, this is the only thing both me and him are thinking about. We both have pretty low. We're both like half, right? Both of us want to get that health pack. You have 3 dashes. He only has 2. Yours actually, I think, go further than his as well. Always go for the health packs. Even if you don't need it, do it to deny him. Look, he was trying to go for it. You have to deny health packs. Health packs are the greatest resource for everybody. Not just you, but also the enemy team. So deny them to the enemy team. And so pretty much I'm just going to play around the bomb here. I'm just going to look around for these corners. I'm staying grouped with my team to just pump a little bit of damage. And the reason why we are doing this is because we have our ultimate. And we want to make sure to basically wait out the clock. Similar to how the enemy wants to sit out the clock when we're at the choke point. We now want to do the exact same thing, but with the bomb. Let's go ahead and move on to the second round because we got more stuff to talk about. So when you're defending on this map, you have a pretty big disadvantage because this is very much a sniper point. So what I'm doing is I'm playing behind this rock. There are 2 reasons why you want to play here. First off, there's actually a health pack right here. Can't see it right here, but it comes into play later. And then there is also the health pack behind where I am, which is underneath the caves. You guys already know what I'm talking about. And here I'm just going to try to play around, harass people as they come in, and then I'm going to try to deny health packs. Here, of course, we see the first problem. Here's the health pack. But the problem here is this is a GM. You don't really want to push a GM. He's got shield bash. He's got a shield. You're not going to be able to do anything. I have my grenade on cooldown. I'm already like half health. This isn't really quite worth it. If I do get the health pack, he could probably shield bash me. And at the same time, his enemy or his team is all just pushing in, right? So I'm just going to back off. You don't need to really push the fight. You can run away. Don't look at it as like cowardly. You want to run away. You want to waste time. That's what you're doing. You're distracting. Here, that would have been really bad if I hit that jump pad, by the way. Because I was low, and if I popped up into the air, maybe the sniper could have shot me, which would have been hilarious, but that would have also been really bad. So here I see where the sniper is. There are some audio cues, and obviously you can see his shot, which is very easy to tell that's sniper. And I'm going to just ape. I'm just going to int on this guy, right? I'm going to run at him like a monkey. So here's something I do that I think is pretty good. It was a little weird here, but look at my ammo, first off. So you're right, throw the grenade, which is good. I want to shoot the grenade. I want to use the grenade first and then shoot him because as soon as he gets the damage indicator, he's going to start running. But here you can see I have 6 bullets left and he's dashing away. So instead of just shooting, I stop firing and I wait until I get up closer and then I shoot again. It almost worked for me. I just needed literally like 1 more bullet, right? If I had 1 more bullet, that strategy would have worked. But that's a pretty good strategy because the reload speed is so long that instead of just firing all your clip or reloading because you're getting hasty, just save the remaining bullets in your clip, wait for his dash to end, and then go after him and try to finish him with whatever is remaining in your clip. I just got a little unlucky. I literally just needed to miss 1 less bullet or hit him for a little bit more, But anyways, I wait here. The whole team's there. I use my grenade to get out of there. I do end up getting 2 people because they just were not expecting people to attack them from that angle, which is exactly what you're trying to do, Zaku. And because I know the sniper probably hasn't left yet, the sniper, by the way, made a big mistake. There's actually a health pack right here behind this rock. He should have grabbed that, but he didn't. Big mistake on his part. So here, I just wait for my dashes, go in, clean them up, and then you can actually see me dash through the health pack right here. See you right here. That's what the sniper should have done. I don't know why he didn't do that. Pretty big mistake on his part. And here, I'm going to shoot this GM in the back, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to waste the time shooting at him. The GM has every advantage. He has the shield. There's no reason to fight that. And here I'm trying to get some more poke grenades. Just stall them a little bit. When they don't even have the waypoint, there's only a minute left. This is very good for your team. You're in a very good spot. Just as long as people don't dash past you, like this Barb is trying to do. That Barb got stuck in a rock or something. I don't know what he was doing. This is a ranked game, by the way. Make sure to not get grabbed. It's very easy to not get grabbed by a tornado. Just make sure that you have your dashes, at least one, so you can dash away from it. The grenade stun will not stop him. Doesn't look like it does anyways. And here I get hit by that unicorn ult. It hurts, man. Make sure you dodge away from it. No need to fully commit to a unicorn. Here I kind of make a bit of a mistake. Flying underneath a Barb is pretty bad. Like right here, he could have slam dunked me. So that was actually kind of risky for me to dash past like that. I did have my smoke, but here's a great opportunity. Obviously, I know that they want this health pack, so I throw the grenade on the health pack. They're going to get full 300 damage, and to confirm that those people are not going to move away from that damage, you ult. And it does so much damage. Don't be afraid of just going for the one hit with your ult. If you get to hit 2 people with your ult, you should just take that every time. It's pretty rare to get more than 1, but getting 1 person is completely fine. And so here I'm actually not just fully diving on that sniper. See, snipers are really easy to kill, and since I'm so close to one right now, I actually want to go for the unicorn who's actually able to fight back. Like, he's actually a threat, right? He can fight you back. The sniper can't. So I do a quick little check here. So there's a lot happening, right? I see the sniper. I don't think he even knows I'm there. I don't hit him with the grenade. He doesn't have a damage indicator because he's in the air. So instead of going for him, I'm just going to go for the unicorn, who, by the way, is a better target than the sniper. I can kill the sniper at any point, right? That's not a problem. The unicorn's a bigger threat and a bigger priority to kill because he is the healer. And then I make sure nobody's coming back to respawn, back from the respawn. And then I go at the sniper, who is just oblivious, doesn't know that I'm there. And then you can kind of just clean up the rest at that point. Now, this is something you can do, something that you did in Overwatch. It's not quite as effective here because you don't have recall, but what you can do is actually dash past the enemy. And that's good for a reason that works better against higher skilled players. Because as you grow in rank and you fight these better players in FPS games, typically they'll have lower sensitivity and lower DPI because it allows them to be more accurate with their shots, especially if they're playing headshot characters such as OG Gundam or Sniper or Turn A. You want to make sure every shot counts, so being able to hit those headshots really are good. So when you have really low sensitivity and you go to the back of an enemy by dashing past them like that, and that means they have to put in a lot more work, physical work, to do the 180 and turn all the way around. So this really makes it hard for them to line up the shot. It's not going to work at lower ranks, but it's quite effective at higher ranks, and that's why in Overwatch you'll see something like this. I don't know if it'll really happen as effectively in here, but you have enemy A. Let's say this is you. You're A, this is Tracer, right? And you have enemy B. You dash forward, and now all of a sudden, this guy's got to go, huh? And he's got to do a 180 and turn around. And by the time he does that, you then immediately dash backwards, causing him to do one physical movement, and then that turns into a second physical movement, where he has to do another 180. And then you have the option of doing it a third time. And this is a lot of work for someone with low sensitivity. Now, of course, that's not going to matter against characters like Guntank, right? Guntank doesn't care. Sazabi, probably not worth it to try against a Sazabi or a GM. But against most people with single target shots like OG, Turn A, they have very little ammo in their clip. They got to make those shots count. They don't have shields. This is going to be very effective against them. And the higher skill ceiling the players are, the lower the sensitivity they'll probably have along with the DPI. So it's a pretty nice little strategy. Keep that in mind. So here we're going to see we're now having the waypoint defended, and there's only 5 seconds left. Pretty much win. Nobody can touch it. Let's move on to the next round where we can talk about the last little push here, which is a play that I do that is very good. It didn't pan out 100% how I want it to go, but it's still good enough to where I want to teach it to you guys. And that is, of course, the distraction play, the space creating play that Zaku can do quite well. Ashamir can also do it pretty well if nobody's paying attention to you in the sky. So here we're going to dash out of the gate. We're not sprinting, we're dashing. So just in case they're sniping, they're having a hard time. So here I dash, and then what do? I'm waiting behind this rock for my meter. All right? I wait for my meter. I get 3. Now I dash. I see these guys. They're all grouped up. I do a little bit of poke damage. Help me build my ultimate. I go onto the high ground. I check down here to see if there's anybody. I see nothing. I see that they're all kind of distracted. Instead of shooting at 2 tanks with shields, I'm then just going to dash 3 times. I'm not even getting the waypoint. I'm getting behind this rock that's behind me so they don't see me. I'm just going to go right past them. Now, here's the thing that ends up working out for me, though. I end up getting chased. And this is great because now what happened is even though I'm taking a ton of damage, look at the people that are chasing me. It's Sosby and a GM. We have Sosby and GM chasing me, both with 1 dash, and they're just very slow targets. And here, what do we have? So now the waypoint that they're fighting over is missing these 2 characters. The sniper can't do anything about holding the waypoint because he's not a very good space maker. Methus is a support. He's not going to really do much to help create space over here. And Ashimir is dead. Guntank's the only beefy boy they have that can really create space for him. The biggest tanks on their team are not on the objective. So one person, me, have these people all the way back here. And look, I just play around the health packs here. And now I'm going to get my ultimate. And I'm going to be able to hit both of them. And look, this is Methus here. The GM, he gave up. But we get the kill on the Methus pretty easily. I do make a little bit of a mistake here. I wish this panned out a little bit better. But ultimately, we have 3 characters back here. And we just get the waypoint for free because I'm just creating so much space with this play. Because they have to get me or else I'm going to get the bomb. But you don't want to send everybody, especially when you want to defend the waypoint. This is what Zaku is really good at. You just have to dash past everybody. But yeah, I do a really good play here, but here's where the reload really sucks. And instead of doing this, because this was the mistake, I should have used my grenade, right? I had the grenade. They get the res off. But I also just want to take this time to complain about Sosby having too much health pool. And isn't it kind of ridiculous that Sosby can just sit here and power through the entire res and just not care? Like, he just has so much health. It's ridiculous. I hate Sosby. I think Sosby is way too broken and OP, guys. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. But all around, that's a great play. We get the waypoint for it, which is kind of hard to get sometimes depending on what's going on. But here we have the bomb down on B. So now all I'm going to do is just make sure to shoot the people and throw grenades on the people who are trying to disarm. This was a classic mistake. I don't know why the Sosby was trying to get this bomb so hard. He still had 8 seconds left. He was very low. He was nanoed. He could have just kept the shield up with the damage reduction and the healing for Methus, and he probably could have, like, I don't know, his other ally and him. I don't know. I don't like this play. I understand maybe he feels pressured from the 8 seconds, but if he just kept the shield up and got the healing, that could have made all the difference. Because remember, this is overtime. Everybody starts with 50% ult, and we haven't seen funnels yet from Sosby. He most likely is very close to it. If he just tried to play safe and alive, he might have gotten it. But instead, he tried to stick the bomb there. So he felt the pressure. And here you can shoot through these grates, something you can do with almost every gun and on every map that has those. And we win the game. So yeah, the things to take away from this character, you can always improve on this character because he has a lot of heavy mechanics. Just try to focus on flanking, dashing. Don't stick around and shoot at a choke point. That's not what this character is designed for. You are a tracer. Get people to chase you and then run away because you're better at it than they are. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, please leave a like, a sub, a comment, and let me know in the comments on what you guys want to see next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.